Hey,
Kyle.
boys.
How you feeling? You?
Oh, man. It was a real nail biter. It had its ups and downs, mostly downs. It's not fair. I mean, like, this is the first time with this setup, and so there's a lot of, like, troubleshooting that goes into it. So poor Smash is, like, split between trying to do a computer and also do a chess. And on a good day, it's hard for him to do the latter anyway. So.
Oh, wow. I see. So you think it seemed like the distraction came into play there.
I mean, he did donate a night, like, in the first, like, 3 moves.
It seemed like, he's, talking kind of to the audience there in the bar, too. Was that, that wasn't necessarily producer work right there. That was just,
Well, it's because we're also, like, nobody's seen this shit before, right? And so it's actually really funny. So the way that it works, just so that everybody at home has an idea, is that there's this fancy new board, and the board allows you to make moves on the board, and then it feeds those moves to chess.com so that so that we can then stream that to the internet. And so right now we're using YouTube, but the problem is, there's like a half-second delay between making a move and then hearing, like, the click, so you know that the move has been registered. And then beyond that, you're always like, wait, did that work? Did that move? So it'll be a minute until we get it figured out, but it worked okay, I think. This is more just a test of proof of concept anyway.
Yeah, they picked up the castle fine, so,
We were worried about that because it didn't make a sound, and we didn't know, like, is it confused?
We have Wyatt here, back for Season 3 commentary. Wyatt, you have some questions for Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle, saw you were on top of your game there, got the night, took advantage, made some quick work. Is that the fastest that you have ever beat our producer, Smashley?
No, definitely not. That actually might take the cake for the slowest. Usually, see, the problem is that usually Ashley tries to pull some nonsense. He's like, oh, I saw a YouTube video about a gambit. And so then he'll just, like, donate, like, 3 pieces within quick succession, and then it's just over. Neither of us enjoy chess, so that's part of the problem.
That's too bad because, you've been playing a lot of it.
Yeah, I know. It's a real conundrum. It really tickles the brain. I'm very sleepy.
Well, congratulations. Anything else you want to say for this, inaugural stream here tonight?
I just want everyone in the league to know that Ashley has smuggled all of your donations to purchase this board, and he also got himself a nice vacation to Hawaii with Leslie. So this is now officially advanced fraud, interstate crimes. So please, if you need an attorney, let me know. We can figure that out.
There you go. Legal services if you need them. Thank you, Kyle.
Bye.
Okay, we have producer Smashley. Unfortunately, couldn't get the win. But before we talk about the chess game, we have allegations thrown about. Late-breaking news. What is your response?
Only like half of it.
It's only half fraud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I feel like as long as you're under 51, that it's okay.
Okay, there you go. So we got half fraud, folks. Sounds like if you need a half lawyer, you might have to contact somebody else then.
You're just like straight into the microphone. Just hey guys. Oh, sorry. I keep going into producer mode.
So
Our next competitors
here.
just showed up. I was distracted.
A lot of distractions here tonight in this game and this interview. Was that the main component, and you feel maybe in the loss?
Yeah, I think I'm like 0-4 when I have to play when I'm producing, and it's really hard to because like when I play my games at home.
King on field h4 is misplaced.
Quit! You're making the man talk about the pieces. You put them back where they. Okay, we'll hope the man stops talking.
But it sounds like distractions are a yes.
We're getting used to the new board. No, anyways, I think I'm like 0-4 when I have to like push buttons, and normally when I play at home, like I'm just like chilling on the couch on my phone, or I'm like at my desk, like lounging, playing on my computer. And when I have to do this, and I'm pushing buttons and telling you guys what to do, and like recording walk-in videos between games, when I go straight into chess, I just give up 4 of my pieces like in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, wow. Life of a producer. Sounds tough.
Right.
This is notably also, I believe, a week 1 game, even though we're in week 2. Any thoughts about that?
As long as everybody else plays their games on time, then I end up not doing that.
Wow. That is a great answer. We have.
I'm just stating the facts.
We have a season 2 Olympia of Wonders champion Wyatt on the horn too. Wyatt.
Hello, Wyatt.
Smash me any maybe chess questions because I don't think I did.
When you were donating pieces towards the end of the game, were you looking for the old stalemate
Yes.
trick in that one?
Yeah, I was trying to pull a Shane Harvey. It didn't go very well because I had too many pawns. When he started taking, like, I don't know, my third to last pawn towards the end, I was like, ooh, I hope he keeps taking pawns because my king's getting way down there and this is getting a little tricky. But then he did it right, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured as much, but I'm always a fan of going for that old stalemate.
Yeah, same.
There you go. Daniel, can you hear us okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yeah.
Hey.
Congratulations. Hard fought game, but you pulled it out in the end. How you feeling after this?
Not good. I feel really bad, actually. I felt like I was making pretty good moves until I stopped making good moves and started making some questionable moves, and I realized that I actually have no idea how to march my pawns down the board, which I think was probably apparent to everybody watching. But yeah, just, one pawn made the difference.
Yeah, honestly, I think you were doing a pretty good job. I think maybe at the end you could have gotten a little quicker advantage, maybe by doing E3 instead of F3 at one point. But really, I mean, for the most part, you were making the right moves, and even if there wasn't any blunders though either, it was just takes a little longer sometimes to achieve the effect. So well played throughout. Like I said, the entire game you were making spot on moves.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the analysis.
So we couldn't quite hear from the commentator's booth, but you had offered a draw. Is that true?
No. Max had said. Max, what did you say? Max said something, and I thought that he was offering a draw, and I was going to take him up on it. So I just wasn't paying attention. I was not offering a draw. I was accepting a draw that was not offered.
I got you. Interesting. Okay, we got working through. We'll talk to the producer about that one.
Yep.
We got season 2 winner Wyatt here in the booth doing analysis as well. Wyatt, do you have some questions for Daniel?
Yeah, I'll just say I loved your game. Your game was excellently played from that side. You did drop that one pawn at one point, but overall it was a very well played game in the push. And did you see that moving the king over to the opposite side, was that like your plan once you got your pawns pushed and then you got stuck in that knight blockade there, or was that something that you kind of saw after a couple moves?
Yeah,
and you decided to go for?
I would not say that was my plan from the outset. It was so congested, and he had such good fortress over there. It seemed like that was really the only available option.
Yeah, I think you played that excellently, and it was a good job noticing, because it's those positions can be frustrating when you don't see that right away.
Yeah.
So halfway through the first split now, and you are in control of your division. How do you see your promotion chances for the second split?
I don't know. I guess I feel pretty good. I had a tough start to the season in the Swiss round, but the last couple of games, I feel like I've done a pretty good job. Won some pretty hard-fought games, including this one. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it. We'll see. I'm not sure if I'm ready for the higher division. So I'm kind of dreading that, actually. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations. This is a winner of our Division 4 second match of the night. There we go. We got Max. Max, feelings after the game. You really, you lasted a while. I think you were fighting for sure.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel that one kind of played out towards the end there?
Pretty gross, actually. Just like, bouncing my knight back and forth, trying to, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been in a situation where, what is it called? Zugzwang, where there's like no good moves. I don't know if that's technically the position I was in, but it certainly felt awful. And I was just had no good ideas. I was just stuck. I was just hoping that he wouldn't be able to figure it out, but he did.
Is that what was said on stream?
That is correct. Yes.
That is correct. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely feeling it.
Zeus Vaughn, but
Zooks Fong.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, we were discussing it. Yeah, it's hard to say whether it was true because it was. Yeah, you had some waiting moves and stuff, but yeah, there was. I think you were just kind of stuck reacting towards the end of the match, really.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get to see the analysis of the game. I mean, it's all a blur at this point. I mean, obviously I remember the end there, but I looked over Ashley's shoulder and saw the line graph, and just looks like pretty early on. I don't know if it was a blunder or what, but I just lost my advantage and just was stuck in that position, or stuck in that predicament for, I guess, most of the game.
Yeah. Wyatt, questions for Max here?
Yeah, it's. I would say that as I was watching you play, you defended like a dog there against those two pawns. That was very impressive. You were just finding only moves at one after the other to keep them from promoting. So that was really neat to see. And you were just holding back. Were you thinking about like maybe trying to grab both of those pawns at some point if the bishop ever took an eye off of them with the knight, and maybe just try to run for that A pawn, or like were you just kind of hoping to survive with the knight at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I was every time I bounced my knight back and forth, I was like, I kept having to try and visualize what it'd be like to, get a pawn, lose the knight to the bishop, take the bishop, but then obviously like lose the pawn would go to promote. Yeah, I was hoping that he was going to take his bishop off that diagonal so I could scoop it up, but I guess I was just trying to be, just blockade as best I could. I didn't really have a plan.
Yeah, to be fair, I think you literally did get into Zootsfan once he found the idea of running his king behind you. Mm-hmm. You did run out of good moves at that point. It was over. So
yeah.
I just wanted to give you a compliment on that defense. That defense was something else.
Thank you. I do like, given that like my advantage dropped so precipitously early in the game. I guess I can pat myself on the back a little bit for holding on like by a thread for so long. I guess that's a strength to some degree. But yeah, that was I don't know. I feel good. Daniel's a great player. We play dailies, and he's kicking my butt all the time. So it's I'm glad that we got to an end game and that it was hard, and clock got down to single digits.
Yeah, well played. Sorry you didn't get the win, but I think you're still in a great position for the rest of the split. So good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching the game.
Getting the headphones right. Andrew, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Sorry you didn't get the win there, but man, it was that was tense the entire way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think the computer was almost dead even most of the entire game. I think towards the end when you guys were forced to start making fast moves, Trevor I think had an advantage there. What was kind of your mindset in the game? Were you looking for attacks? Were you trying to stay alive? What was the thoughts there?
Looking to stay alive mostly. And then at the end, I realized kind of in the middle, I spent a whole lot of time thinking, and probably shouldn't have, and it really bit me at the end. But we were both down to it, and I wish we had like 10 more minutes. That would have been excellent.
Did you ever cross your mind like offer a draw or anything like that? I think there were a few positions, it was pretty drawish. If did you think Trevor might accept something like that, or were you just
I thought it was mine to lose.
We got also doing commentary. We got Wyatt. Wyatt, you have any questions for Andrew?
Yeah, I just say it's. I think it was a great game. I was going to ask you about the time usage, which you already addressed. So I think I should be pretty good. I know that we're under some time crunch here, so.
So yeah, well, again, great game. You know, it's tough to lose on time right at the end there, but yeah, it looks like it should be some more exciting games in the future for you.
Yeah,
So
for sure. Thank you for having me.
awesome. And we have Trevor.
Whoa,
How do you feel after that one? That was
that was
pretty
stressful.
crazy at the end.
Coming down to the time pressure. Yeah, the whole game could not find a way to break through, and then once the rook went sideways to my pawn and I could get my rook behind the pawn, looked solid, but still stressful
Yeah.
until that point, pretty much.
Do you feel like you were like playing for that clock there a little more towards the end, or were you trying to kind of keep the same game you'd keep going?
I did abandon any ideas of actually breaking through. Andrew's defense was solid. I just could not see, once he got the queen back to defend the pawn, it's like, I don't think I'm going to win on the king side, so I did try to reroute a little bit to the center and queen side, but I didn't see anything solid beyond, like, well, he's low on time. Yeah, so that was a factor for sure.
Yeah, we asked Andrew too. Did draw ever cross your mind there, or was it you kind of just want to keep it playing?
That was the answer.
He thought he was losing for most of it.
Felt
I think
pretty
computer,
even.
right up until the end there, I think computer was pretty even. If you go back and do the review, I don't think anybody swung very far in either direction for most of that game.
I look forward to seeing it. Scandinavian's not one of my favorite openings, so I did try to play a little different than the book. But yeah, it'll be a great game to go back and watch. And yeah, it felt even most of the game. I thought once I'm not good at picturing and explaining the notation, but the pawn taking the pawn, checking the king, queen takes. It seemed like there were drawing chances in there, but
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure you probably had a repetitive check if you wanted it.
yes, that was what I was
right,
trying to avoid. It's like there's got to be a way to at least keep the game going because of the time pressure situation. Had it been the other way around, of course, go for the draw.
We got Wyatt here too. Wyatt, any last questions here for Trevor before we head out?
I don't think so. I think that we been production's yelling at us to wrap up. So I just congratulations on the well thought game. That was fantastic.
A pleasure. Thanks, guys.
All right.